Hey everyone, it's vmcampos. I recently went to my two favorite comic shops to pick up my pull list. It's been a little while since I was there, so I've got a stack of books to go through. So let's check out my haul. First, I've got Shadows on the Grave from Dark Horse Comics number 4. This is a great series by Richard Corbin. It's a horror book. It's in black and white except for the cover with Corbin's amazing style. Now I haven't bagged this one, so we can see here black and white, very well detailed, like weird, cool art. I got some things from Free Comic Book Day. Here's Rick and Morty. Free Comic Book Day edition, number 1. I got 2 of these actually. One's a gift. So if you have Rick and Morty number 1, that came out a couple of years ago, it's pretty valuable nowadays. Let's see how this one does. So from the regular series, Rick and Morty number 25. So 2 whole years that this has been published. Here's the debut, I guess, of Tiny Rick. Another Free Comic Book Day. This is I Hate Image. This is by Scotty Young, who does a series called I Hate Fairyland with the character Gertie, who's like a psychotic 9-year-old trapped in fairyland. And here she's basically killing everyone in the Image universe. Looks pretty funny. Rated M. I'm reading the regular series, where it has two covers, I Hate Fairyland and Fuck Fairyland. Pretty funny book. Okay, so Image is having their 25th anniversary in 2017, and they're releasing a bunch of interesting variants every month. For the month of April, it was April Fools. So here is Savage Dragon number 223, variant by Snyder and Jock. First issue in a bold new direction by Scott Snyder and Jock. Not really. So I got this one, and according to the speculation sites, this one's getting pretty valuable. So I got one of those. I also got Invincible number 135, or Gwynvincible number 1. This is a takeoff on SpiderGwen. She's a very popular character in Marvel, and so this has even got the Marvel style down here. So it's another one of these Image April Fool's covers. I got Dr. Aphra number 5 and 6. I don't like number 5 cover too much. It looks kind of weird. Why are the stormtroopers upside down? Oh, it's because they're coming down the hallway chasing Dr. Aphra, but that's way too shiny for them. Anyway, I'm liking Dr. Aphra series. She's like Indiana Jones crossed with Han Solo. I like the cover for number 6 a lot better. It's kind of dark on my video maybe, but some Jedi is holding a lightsaber threatening Aphra and her dad. We'll see. Star Wars Screaming Citadel. I hear tell this is going to be a hot series because it's Aphra meeting Luke Skywalker in the current Marvel Star Wars continuity. So this is part 1 of 5. It's going to be a limited series. Pretty cool art. This is the regular cover. This is from Marvel. This one I got because of some hubbub happening in various circles of comic collecting. So Pestilence number 1 from Aftershock by Frank Thierry and Oleg Okunev. And Rob Schwager, Marshall Dillon. It's supposed to be drawn really well, very painterly, and it might be one of these hot number 1s from Aftershock. So I wanted to pick it up. Amazing Spider-Man number 27. I've been getting this one since the recent, well, not recent anymore, but it was A year or two ago, Secret Wars blew everything up and started over. I think the cover is way too silly with Spider-Man and this like weird spider craft. Super juvenile. I don't know. I'm not sold on that. But the Alex Ross cover art, as always, is freaking amazing. Look at this. Look at this art. Ignore that gibberish there, but look at that amazing art. Speaking of amazing art, someone that can give Alex Ross a run for his money, I think, is Francesco Mattina. He's been doing the covers for Spider-Man 2099. Here's number 23. He also did a bunch of covers for Marvel's Venomized variants month, but I saw him in the Spider-Man 2099 series. Volume 1 came out a couple of years ago. This is Volume 2. It's going for 2 years now. And it's just beautiful art, just amazing. So this is Spider-Man of the year 2099, Miguel O'Hara. Cool series. Another in the Spider family, SpiderGwen. So I remember a few years ago picking up Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, where she like stealth debuted, and that issue has been blowing up in value. So I've been reading the Spider-Gwen series. The first volume, this is the second volume, issue 19. Latour, Rodriguez, Renzi, they're an amazing team. I hope they keep doing the book forever. And so Spider-Gwen, Daredevil, or Matt Murdock, and then the Fist, or the Hand, or whatever they are, coming to get her. Paper Girls number 14. This is a really cool series that I've been picking up since the beginning. It's just weird and interesting, and it's so WTF. It's about a group of paper girls, which, like, an alien invasion happens. The creative team is just doing this really, really amazing job, although the series really is WTF. Maybe a little too much. Hellcat number 17. This is the last issue of the series. I was reading Hellcat from the beginning. I really like the team of Leth, Williams, and Rosenberg. Williams' art is so cute. I really like it. So this is very different than the usual Hellcat that's been out there, you know, the sexy, sort of violent Hellcat. This is an all-ages sort of book. Very progressive book. There are gay characters. There's lots of feelings. It's not really about the main Marvel continuity, I guess. Jubilee makes an appearance on these latest issues, and it was really fun. And the series ended. Marvel let them know that they'd be ending in 3 issues, so the team put together a final farewell issue, which is cool, because usually issues are canceled, and that's it. So they got to finish how they wanted. Hellcat number 17. I'm reading this one on the reg, The Mighty Thor. This one's number 18. I was reading volume 1 after Jane Foster became the new Thor. I've been picking it up ever since. Really, really epic art by Dodderman, and Aaron's story is really cool. So this is in the middle of the Asgard Shi'ar War, although it doesn't mention it anywhere on the cover, interestingly, unlike the previous issues. So I kind of don't like Thor's expression. It's kind of weird, but I like this guy. Isn't that a Nightwing logo? So Mighty Thor. I picked up America, number 1. Now, interestingly, this says Variant Edition, second printing. So there were lots of variants for this book, and you can tell that right here in the UPC. So 00191. So issue 1, 9th variant, first printing. Technically, that's what that says there, even though this is saying second printing. So if it's not really a second printing, it's a variant of the first print, according to the UPC. I didn't look in the indicia yet to confirm that. I got number 2 also. Really like that cover. And this one does say here 00212. So that is confirmed by the UPC, a second print. I did get the second print. So interesting here. I don't know if that's some sort of error, but I got number 1 and number 2. Again, really like that cover. Love her expression. That's a takeoff on the Beyonce video, I believe. This one was interesting. It was on the shelf. Sword Quest number 0, 25 cents. So I couldn't resist. Special introductory priced Dynamite comic. So this is Sword Quest from Dynamite. Now this is the first Atari comic in 30 years, it claims. And the interesting story here is that this is a comic about the famous, fabled Sword Quest video games from Atari back in 1983. There were going to be 4 games. Fire Quest, Air Quest, I forget, Fire World, Air World, something like that. And they were prizes that people can compete in and win in the real world. Real prizes like a crown made of real gold and lots of like really interesting things. Back when the first wave of video games happened, Atari and all of that. So here's a comic sort of about that. I read this one. And I'm not quite feeling it yet. It's more of a slice of life related to the story of the Sword Quest competition from the 80s. But for 25 cents, it was a good pickup. I got this one. I'm not reading All New Wolverine, although I have number 1 and a couple of issues here and there. I get them sometimes for the covers, and sometimes if there's speculator value in them, maybe. But I got this one simply for the cover. I like Wolverine's new outfit here, this the gray and black, which I think is a variation of the original Wolverine's outfit. So it's just plain old number 19, regular cover, and I just kind of like it. I like the style. I like the cover. All right, here's a speculator pick. I'm not reading Batgirl at the moment. I'm more of a Marvel fan, as you see over there. But I pick up DC books here and there. I got Batgirl number 10 from Rebirth. This is Son of Penguin. I got this one because this is a key issue, actually. It's the Penguin, Son of the Penguin, and his villain's name is revealed, or in his outfit or whatever, is revealed in this issue. Now, this is valuable in several ways. It's a key issue, first of all. It's also a variant. Now, this is kind of a different world of variants that a lot of people don't know about. So you that are listening to my videos here will be the first to know about this. But there's another world of variants, which are newsstand variants. All of these comics, of course, I got them at a comic shop, a couple of comic shops. And you probably pick up your books at a comic shop, which is the direct edition, the direct market. There are still newsstand editions of some books out there. You can tell, of course, because the UPC is different. Notice it does not say direct edition. Most comics that you get are going to say direct edition. You get them at a comic shop. Well, there are some places where you can still get the newsstand editions, which are more rare. There's less of these printed, so there's a built-in scarcity. There's also a price variant. This is normally $3.99. This is up to $4.99. So these variants, newsstand, a little more expensive, and it's got a key plot. This is going to be valuable going forward. So be on the lookout for variant editions of some of the books out there. They're inherently more scarce and could be more valuable. I picked this one completely on a lark. Gumballs by Aaron Nations. Interestingly, this book is smaller than every other comic on the shelves. So there it is for comparison. Look how smaller that is. You know, it cuts off like an inch almost from the cover. I mean, from the whole book. So I haven't read it yet. I don't know what it's about at all. It looks like a kind of a funny slice of life book or something. About candy, maybe? So I decided to get it. I'll check it out. I got Rogue One, number 2. I loved Rogue One in theaters. It was amazing, like 1,000 times better than The Force Awakens. So when I saw the Rogue One comic, number 1, I got it. I loved it. The art is amazing. It's telling us great things about the story that weren't in the movie. And here's number 2. So there's everyone's favorite Chirrut and Baz. The Force is with him. He is one with the Force. So this is from Marvel, direct edition, regular cover. I got Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, Book 8. So everyone knows what this one is, of course, and its delays and problems and controversies and all of that. But I've been reading it. I've been enjoying it. It's been an interesting, cool read. Here's the latest one. I haven't read it yet. Love that Wonder Woman cover. Then I've got World War Tank Girl number 2. This is cover C. You can see right here 00231. So 3, cover C. This is from Titan. I'm really enjoying this one. I previously talked about picking up the resurgence of the recent Tank Girl comics, starting with 21st Century Tank Girl a couple of years ago. Then Two Girls, One Tank, pretty enjoyable, and then not really liking the follow-up to that, which was Tank Girl Gold. So I wasn't going to get World War Tank Girl, but I did. It was in my pull list, and I got number 1, and I liked it. It's Tank Girl and crew going back into World War II and kicking Nazi ass. So what's not to like about that? This is by Martin and Parson. I love their art interiors, and this is the cover C by Tula Lote. I believe she did covers. That name sounds familiar. I believe she did covers for Ms. Fury a few years ago. So I can't wait to read that one. Then I got Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider number 1. Wow, the more things change, the more things stay the same. So of course Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider, Spider-Man's clone from the 90s, from the much-hated Clone Saga of the 90s. There was a Clone Saga Part 2, the Clone Conspiracy that happened in 2017, and I wanted to get this one to check it out, to see what's going on. I see Bagley, Mark Bagley's there, so wanted to check it out. This Bagley art looks different, but, you know, 20 years of being in the comic industry is going to change your art style. Regular cover. Oh, here's another speculator pick. I'm not reading Batman All-Star or All-Star Batman, but number 10 has an important key plot that happens, and this is also one of the variants. So this is variant 3. This one's a little hard to find. If you see this one, you should pick it up. If you're into comic speculation and investing, if you're just reading, well, you're probably already reading this. Batman, of course, is a big seller. So I got All-Star Batman number 10, variant edition. And lastly, right here is the most controversial comic of the year. Actually, this is XMen Gold number 1, second print. I got the first print before, which is the most controversial comic of the year because of the hateful subliminal messages that the artist put into it. So if you hadn't heard, Saif was fired. His contract was terminated by Marvel for putting these subliminal messages of hateful propaganda. So I managed to get the original first print, regular cover, which is gaining in value. And then I saw that they had, when I went in the shop, they had second printing. You know, you can see the difference there. The logo is different color, and it also clearly marks it as second printing, and you can see that in the UPC. There's the original one, issue 1, cover 1, first print, issue 1, cover 1, second print. Now you can't quite see it in my video, but kind of comparing the art, maybe you can see it, but comparing the art, it's like the print quality of the second print is slightly worse, a little bit blurrier. I don't know if you can see that. I just thought it was interesting. So there you go. It had been a little while since I was at my local shops, so a bunch of books. Those are my pickups. Anything you like, anything you recommend, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you at the comic shops. This is VM Campos.